Hello and welcome back at the Finethink channel. Now that we are done getting information about the VLAN, today we will configure the VLAN. It will be an activity in the packet tracer, and in this activity will be in 4 parts where we have to configure VLAN, assign ports to the VLAN, and then in the third and fourth part we will configure trunking VLAN for the VLAN, the static trunking and dynamic trunking, which means that we will configure the dynamic trunking protocol. This is the activity in the packet tracer. So this is the network in the packet tracer. As you can see, we have switch B and switch C that are connected with different VLAN. For the switch B is connected with VLAN 10, 20, and 30. And switch C is connected with VLAN 10, 20, 30, 10, because PC4 and PC7 and switch C are both at the same VLAN. And as you can see, PC7 is connected with an IP phone, and then the IP phone is connected directly to the fast Ethernet 04, which means that this interface will need to handle the traffic from the data VLAN, which is for PC7, and the voice traffic, which will come from the IP phone. And the switch A is connected with both switches, which means that the link between switch A and switch B will be trunk link, and the link between switch A and switch B C will be trunk, which means that those ports we need to configure in trunk for handling the traffic from all the VLANs. Before we do that, we have to go to the activity, and as you can see at the activity we have the addressing table for the network that we have, which means that is given the IP address for the device, the subnet mask, and with which port of the switch is connected and in which VLAN it will be part of. And here it is listed for the switch A, B, and C, the virtual interface, and we need to configure this virtual interface with an IP address, so we will be able to configure the device remotely or access that device remotely. And we will focus in this table to do our configuration. So the objective, as we listed at the slide in the PowerPoint, are configuring VLAN, assigning port to VLAN, and configuring trunking for static and dynamic. So at the first part, we have to configure the VLANs. For configuring the VLANs, we have to refer to this table for all 3 switches, because those VLAN will be created in all switch A, B, and C. So let's minimize this and let's save it here. So when we configure, we will be able to see all the configuration. So before that, let's go at the switch A. Let's recall the activity here. And we have to be at the privileged access mode first, and then in the global configuration mode. Here we have to use the VLAN command followed by an ID, followed with an ID, in this case 10. We created VLAN 10, and we are naming this as admin. We can say exit and create another VLAN and name it as accounts, or from here just use the VLAN command and you automatically are creating a VLAN. And every time that you create a VLAN, you go to that level, sub-level, and name the VLAN. VLAN 30 will be human resources. VLAN 40 will be named as voice for handling voice traffic. We have VLAN in 99 which will be named as management, and we have VLAN 100, which will be for handling the traffic that will be not assigned to any VLAN. Let's say and use the show VLAN brief. And as you can see, we created those VLANs. They are active since they are created. And remember that when we said that when we configure VLAN, that the default VLAN is automatically created in the switch, and all the ports that the switch has are assigned to this VLAN. The VLAN 1 cannot be renamed or cannot be deleted. And when we discussed about the normal range of VLANs and the extended range of VLAN, we mentioned that the VLANs from 1002 and 1005 are safe from a purpose that cannot be deleted, and as you can see here, it is listed for what are these VLAN safe for. So now let's go to the switch B and do the same. Both. Let's show the activity. So we'll see the VLAN that we need to create. 10, name as admin, VLAN 20, name as accounts, VLAN 30, name as human resources, VLAN 40, name as voice. We have VLAN 99, which is named as management, and we have VLAN 100, which is named as native. And let's use show VLAN brief, and you see that are created. Now let's go to the switch C and create those VLAN. Well, it was VLAN 10. Let's click on activity. VLAN 10, name as admin. We have VLAN 20 as accounts. We have VLAN 30, name as human resources. We have VLAN 40, name as voice. We have VLAN 99, name as management, and we have VLAN 100, name is native. And let's show VLAN. You can see the VLAN that we created. So the part 2 is assign ports to the VLAN. So regarding to the addressing table, we can see that the switch, we go to the switch B, and for the switch B, let's show once again the activity, and we say that the fast Ethernet 01 will be for the VLAN 10, which is connected to PC1. So we have to be at the global configuration mode. We have to go to interface FastEthernet01, and for this interface we want to be accessed for the VLAN 1. So we will say switch port will be mode access, so we are strictly forcing her to be in the access mode, and we want this port to access with the switch port access. We want this to access VLAN 10. Okay, and then we say exit, and we will go to interface FastEthernet 02, and this interface will be in the switch port mode access, and will access the VLAN 20. And we can go directly to the interface 03, which even this will be in the mode access, and will access VLAN 30 as it is listed here for the switch P. Okay, let's see, and let's use once again show VLAN brief. You can see that each VLAN has an assigned port, and those ports are no more part of the default VLAN. So let's go to the switch C once again, show the activity here. And for the switch C, we are here. So for the switch C, we will say, we will be in the global configuration mode. We will go to interface FastEthernet 0/1, and it will be in the switch port mode access, and we say we need to access VLAN 10. Okay, so we can see it. Okay, and now we will go to interface FastEthernet 02, and for this interface, what we will say is, we'll say that it will be in the mode access, and we'll access a VLAN 20. Okay, then we will go to interface FastEthernet 03, and here we will force her to be in the access mode. Need to access VLAN 30, and we will go to the FastEthernet 04, and as you can see, we need to handle two kinds of traffics. So we will go to FastEthernet 04, which is here, and handle data traffic and voice traffic. For the data traffic, it will be in the mode access, and it will access VLAN 10, because PC7 is part of VLAN 10. Okay, and then we can say that we will say even so, enable to do that this port to access to handle traffic from the voice traffic, we have to use the command mls quality of service to be trusted continuously, and then we will say switch port access, but not mode, but voice access, which means to handle traffic, voice traffic. Access VLAN 40. Access. Sorry, voice VLAN 40. Switch. Let's say, and here let's you show VLAN brief, and as you can see, the voice here is the fast Ethernet 04 port, and fast Ethernet 01 and fast Ethernet 04 are able to handle traffic for the VLAN tag. Now let's go at the activity and let's see what we need to do as. So we configure the VLAN, we assign ports, we have assign ports to the program. We have to configure the virtual interface management. So let's go once again at the table and let's go to the switch A. Enable. Okay. So we have to be at the have to do config to terminal, and here we have to go to interface VLAN 99, and here we have to add the IP address, which is listed here. It is 192.168.99.252 with the subnet mask 255.255.255. Exit. Now let's go at the switch B. Let's go at the configure terminal. Let's recall the activity, and we have to go to the interface VLAN 99. This is a virtual interface, and for this interface we have to add the IP address as 192.168.99.253 with the 255.255.255.0 subnet mask and exit. Now let's go to the switch C, and here we need to be the configure terminal. We have to go to the interface VLAN 99. Let's see what's the IP address for this interface. IP address will be 192.168.99.254 with the subnet mask 255.255.255.0 and exit. So let's see, we are done configuring. Now we are at the part 3, where we need to configure static trunking between switch A and switch B. Between switch A and switch B, we mean that we have to configure interface Giga Ethernet 01 at the switch B and the Giga Ethernet 01 at the switch A. So let's go first at the switch B, and it said that we have to configure a static. So at the switch B, let's go to interface Giga Ethernet 0/1. Okay, and we will say that it will be the switch port trunk native VLAN 100, which means that we'll handle the traffic from native VLAN. The switch port need to be at the mod trunk, and it will be as negotiation, which means this let's say switch port negotiate. Yeah, it's trying to. Since I'm saying this is a trunk, but it's not configured the switch port at the switch A, it was trying to negotiate. So I'm saying switch port non-negotiate. It will be forced to say the trunk mode. If I say that I want it to be forced to stay in the trunk mode, automatically the link will say in the trunk mode for this side. So now let's go to the switch A and do the same. And the switch A, let's go to interface Ethernet 01, and we will say switch port mod switch port. It's trying to negotiate. That's why I said it's a mismatch. So let's say switch port trunk native VLAN 100 for handling this traffic. Unplugging, and then we will say switch port mode trunk, and it says switch port non-negotiated, and I'm forcing this link to stay trunk for as long as I have configured that in this way. And then what it said, configure part. So I'm done with the part A, the part 3. We said configure starting because it was with switch A and B. And now it asks to configure dynamic trunking between switch A and switch C, which means that we have to configure at the switch A Giga Ethernet 02. So I have to go to Giga Ethernet 02. Once again, list the switch port trunk native VLAN. And since I'm saying dynamic, I will say use the command switch port mode dynamic desirable change that to up, but it's trying to negotiate with this one, so I have to go to the switch C. See, it's trying to negotiate. It's a mixed match, so I have to go to the interface 0/2, and I have to say switch port trunk native VLAN 100. So I'm allowing traffic for this VLAN. And I will say switch port let's do this switch port mode run. By this, it means that this link will go in trunk mode if the other side of the link is trunk. Since the Giga Ethernet 02 at the switch C is trunk and the interface Giga 02 is in a dynamic desirable, it means that as soon as he sees that the other side is trunk, it will go into trunk mode. That's why it's configuring the dynamic trunking, okay? Let's say, and even here, and even here, let's say, and let's do the copy running config to the startup config in all the The reason why I'm doing this is because if you remember when we say that all the configurations that are done for normal range VLAN are saved in a file that is called the VLAN.dat. And it was not recommended to use the copy running config to the startup config, so saving those to the NVRAM. But since we are doing the other kind of configuration, for example, since we configured even in the management interface, we are using the copy running config to the startup config, so all the configuration will be saved and will be not lost. So let's, for example, let's go to for the switch C, let's see show switch, I think it's show switch port. /2, is it? Show interface. This is the one, show interface. Interface. So, if I'm using the show interface for the interface Giga Ethernet 02, it says the switch port is enabled, the administrative mode is in trunk, it's allowed consolidation, and capture VLAN traffic, it allows all the VLANs. So I didn't list the VLANs, but I allow that all VLANs to handle to this link. Okay, and the trunking native mode VLAN is VLAN 100. Okay, and it doesn't say that it has a VLAN. Let's see for the fast Ethernet 04. Okay. Interface 0. Fast Ethernet 04. Let's see what it says. Is in static access and access the mode VLAN 10, even the voice VLAN. Okay. And let's go to the switch A and see for the show interface giga 0/1 switch port. And let's see. It's in trunk, this one, because we configured it to be in trunk. And it is the trunking native mode VLAN 100 for native, and it captures all kind of VLAN. So let's go to the interface Giga Ethernet 02 and let's see. Okay. See, administrative mode is dynamic desirable. Operational as trunk. It operational as trunk because the other side of the link, it was configured in trunk. If you remembered from the switch C. C, operation mode as trunk. Okay. Same will be even for the Giga Ethernet 02. But at the switch C, remember that we checked even information about the switchboard 04, which handle even the voice LAN, because the other, as you can see, voice LAN is not. It doesn't handle the voice VLAN traffic, but this is the switch C, it handles. Let's see, do we have any configuration anymore? No, we don't have any more configuration. And as you can see, this is all about configuring the VLAN at the network that we have here in this packet tracer. Okay, so that was all about the VLAN configuration. See you to the next session, and do not forget to subscribe at this channel for the new videos that will be uploaded. Hit the notification button and share it with your friends so we can help us grow. See you soon.